Ackerman here, best hour of their day. You've seen a video of Fern coaching me on the overhead squat. Great stuff. I'm gonna give you my favorite drill that you can do. I use this often at level ones as a point to teach somebody, but you can use it when it's in the middle of their overhead squat session, or if they're brand new to it, or even a scaling option. So just to get started, Katie, give us an overhead squat. I want you guys to notice one thing. Let's come on this side for me, Nate. So we talk about internal and external rotation. External rotation, we want to basically see armpits. You hear a lot about bending the bar, breaking the bar. That's their way of saying, give me external rotation. I like to say like you're screwing in a light bulb. So give me an overhead squat. Oh, that was even better. Look at Katie's external rotation there. Now give me a squat. Cool. And she's pausing at the bottom. I'd get her to push her knees out a little bit, but we can brush past that. But notice that our armpits are working pretty well to stay out. Most people, when I say most, I'm talking like 99% of people, when they overhead squat, there has to be some sort of internal rotation. Most people don't have the flexibility, mobility, all that stuff to keep their armpits forward. Go back and watch Jason Khalipa doing Amanda. I think it was the 2010 CrossFit Games. When he catches that snatch, every time, boom, shoulders rotated in. Now, you're gonna have new athletes that just don't understand that or don't have the capacity to do it. My favorite drill, maybe you've seen it before. Can I borrow that, Katie? I call it the waiter, and that's gonna be palms open, glue your fingers together, PVC in hand on both sides, boom, put it overhead. So the key here is palms open, fingers together, so we're not catching it here. This is useless if they're keeping it between their fingers. So Katie, mimic that position for me, please. Palms open. Cool. Now notice, first thing, whether or not this athlete understands external rotation, this could literally be their very first day in CrossFit. If you get them to do this with their hands, Katie's doing it well, her armpits are going to be forward. So I would say impossible not to do it. Can you internally rotate your shoulders? Okay, Katie's a little uber flexible, but that really didn't internally. Do it again. Still pretty good. Her armpits are mostly, she was going to drop it. That's the thing. So palms are open. Now, this time, Nate, go to one of her profiles, please. Let's watch. So the reason most people internally rotate when they overhead squat is because they don't have the ability to keep the bar in the frontal plane. Frontal plane dissects her exactly in half, front and back, in the CrossFit methodology. So the bar needs to stay over the frontal plane. Think about a load, 95, 115, 135. If that bar is not over the midfoot, it's either on the floor in front of you or behind you. This open palm position is going to force her to maintain external rotation. The challenge here is going to be, can she keep it in the frontal plane? So Katie, I want you to move nice job, pushing up into the bar, active shoulders. I want to see you slowly lower down. Good, pause right there. So something's happening here. Katie's shifting into her toes to compensate for the bar. Give me that weight in your heels. Boom, pause right there. Now, while keeping those palms open, she's working here, by the way, right, Katie? All right, she's gonna file for workers' comp after this video. Pull back to that bar a little bit, pull back to my hand, there we go. Now continue to squat, sup. Do you see how yeah, she feels it, she knows it. Now keep those fingers together, keep pushing up, keep sending those armpits forward. Finish your depth, just pause there, give me those heels again. Yes, she wants to externally rotate, but her hands won't allow it, because if she does, the bar's going to the floor. She's working super hard, now stand with it. Good, and relax for a sec, I'll take it. Come on in a little closer, Nate. Katie, tell the camera, tell the listeners, or watchers, I should say, where'd you feel that the most?
I felt it in my shoulders a lot, and then also in my lower back.
Yeah, I think two things. One, she was overextending a tiny bit in that squat to compensate. Pretty normal in this position. The reason we feel it in our shoulders is because, like I said, your body wants to internally rotate. She wasn't allowing it, so she was forcing herself into a more challenging position. That's like when somebody tells you I'm too tight. You're not too tight, you're just not willing to work harder. Katie worked harder in that position, and it allowed her to get into a better position, but it was, a little more challenging for her. So, did you like that?
That was good.
You felt it?
Yeah.
So for a lot of people, it's just great awareness. Okay, this is what my shoulders need to do. It forces them into better positions, and it's a great scaling option. I remember having Donna, who at the time was in her 70s in my classes, and whenever we'd overhead squat, you really have two choices. You can overhead squat, and then most coaches rely on Okay, well you can't, so you'll front squat. You can overhead squat. Maybe it has to be PVC though. And that drill right there will challenge people. You do that during a workout. Don't allow them to, cheat and throw it forward. Really keep that bar back, open those shoulders up, and it's a great scaling option and great way to teach people what external rotation is. So take that, use it in a drill. If you have any questions on it, hit us up. We're happy to answer.